Also, Complex has put out their 10 most influential women in sports. And AngelReese is not going to like this because, well, she got beaten by CaitlinClark for number 1.
Someone better check on AngelReese because CaitlinClark just broke her ankles and her influence on the court and online. That's right, the so-called Bayou Barbie just got dunked on in the most influential female athlete rankings. Did Clark just pull up from the logo and drain a shot on Angel's entire brand? Is the internet finally ready to admit who really runs women's hoops?
The top 10 most influential athletes right now. These athletes are reshaping culture. CaitlinClark, check. Breaking records. CaitlinClark, check. Proving their impact goes far beyond the game, from sold-out arenas to game-changing moves in business and fashion. These women are leading the way. If this is a top 10 list, then sitting on the top of that list, there's only one right answer. There's only one correct.
Another year, another L for AngelReese. Only this time, it's not on the court, not in the stat sheets, and not even in the Twitter battles she just can't resist. No, this one stings even more. CaitlinClark has officially been named the most influential female athlete of 2025. But let's be real. Was there ever really a competition? Oh wait, AngelReese probably thought there was. Cute.
Reese is not going to like this because, well, she got beaten by CaitlinClark for number 1. Yeah, so we're going to take a look at that. I think it's hilarious. I will tell you right off the bat, I don't believe there's a singular world, where AngelReese should be ahead of Simone Biles either. There, I put that out.
For someone who prides herself on being that girl, it must be exhausting always coming in second to the real star. It's almost like CaitlinClark is playing chess while Angel is still trying to figure out how the pieces move. Time and time again, Clark just keeps winning, whether it's breaking records, headlining primetime games, or actually shaping the future of the sport. Meanwhile, AngelReese's biggest contribution? Inspiring a whole new generation of sore losers. Truly, a legacy to be proud of.
The woman who's been putting women's basketball on her back for the better part of 3 years now. These athletes are reshaping culture. CaitlinClark has men watching women's basketball.
Let's talk about real influence. Influence is getting new and old fans to watch women's basketball, selling out arenas, and making executives throw billion-dollar TV deals at your feet. Influence is when your name is mentioned alongside the greats, not because of manufactured drama, but because of undeniable skill. CaitlinClark walks into a gym, and suddenly the WNBA, NBA, and every sports media outlet are scrambling to cover her. She doesn't have to demand respect, it just happens. Meanwhile, AngelReese? She needs Twitter fingers, non-stop self-promotion, and a victim complex the size of an Olympic stadium just to stay relevant.
Be surprised, and yet I'm still surprised because Indiana Fever preseason, not even like preseason, exhibition game where the Indiana Fever are going to play the Brazilian national team at Carver Hawkeye Arena, Caitlin's college facility, sold out. They went on sale this morning at 9 a.m. for Fever season ticket holders, Iowa donors, and Iowa season ticket holders for women's basketball. And then general admission was supposed to go on sale tomorrow at 9 a.m. I'm hearing rumblings of like maybe scalpers got in, like the secondary market is already crazy.
Oh, but don't worry, Angel has her moments. Like that time she went viral for Check's notes, complaining about not being treated like CaitlinClark. Because yeah, that's totally how you gain influence, by pouting. News flash. Respect is earned, not wished into existence. If only someone had told her that before she built a whole career out of convincing the world, she's oppressed by Check's notes again. Simply being outshined by someone who's just better.
We went to the WNBA games, and we went to go watch CaitlinClark when they came to play the Washington Mystics in D.C., and they shut that. They had to move the game from the Washington Mystics WNBA arena to the actual Washington arena where the Wizards played, and it was packed. It was sold out for people to see CaitlinClark. That did not happen the day before that when they went to Chicago.
And speaking of better, it's actually hilarious how every time AngelReese tries to one-up Caitlin, it backfires spectacularly. Want to make headlines? Caitlin does it by casually dropping 40 points on a Tuesday. Angel does it by making a controversial statement, then acting shocked when people hold her accountable. Want to be the face of women's basketball? Caitlin does it by actually being great at basketball. Angel does it by forcing a rivalry that, let's be honest, only exists in her head. It's giving main character syndrome, without the talent to back it up. But let's take a moment to truly appreciate how CaitlinClark's dominance has exposed AngelReese's whole gimmick. The fake bravado, the constant need for attention, the exhausting victim narrative. None of it holds up when put next to someone who just lets their game do the talking, that it's like watching someone try to convince the world they're a movie star, while standing next to an Oscar winner. Painful.
CaitlinClark has broken records at the professional level. CaitlinClark has broken records viewership. CaitlinClark has broken records attendance. CaitlinClark has broken records merchandise. Proving their impact goes far beyond the game. From sold-out arenas to game-changing moves in business and fashion, these women are leading the way. Business and fashion. You saw the NIL deals rolling out. You see the sponsorship deals that she currently...
And now, with this latest embarrassment, another list, another L, AngelReese has to sit back and watch as CaitlinClark cements herself as the name in women's sports. This isn't just about a ranking, it's about what it represents. The world sees CaitlinClark as the future, the leader, the game changer. And AngelReese? She's just there, talking a lot and winning very little. But hey, there's always next year, right? Maybe if Angel spent less time on social media and more time actually, excelling at basketball instead of playing the perpetual underdog, she might finally win a list. Until then, she'll just have to settle for what she does best, being the loudest person in the room while CaitlinClark keeps proving why she's the only one that truly matters. Let's get this straight. AngelReese, the self-proclaimed queen of influence, couldn't even get enough people to care about her preseason debut with the Chicago Sky. Not even a charity-level sellout for the so-called biggest personality in women's basketball. Meanwhile, CaitlinClark sneezes near a basketball court, and tickets evaporate faster than Angel's humility in a post-game interview.
Oh, that's what they got on her. CaitlinClark, she ran away with number one. I don't think that should surprise us. She came away with number one. CaitlinClark is redefining the entire landscape of women's sports. That's right. Her dominance on the court has shattered outdated narratives about women's sports, proving that women's basketball can be just as marketable and widely watched as men's. But the CaitlinClark effect goes far beyond her performance. It's reshaping the entire sports landscape. Clark's impact is undeniable. Her presence alone boosts the WNBA attendance by 105%.
Indiana Fever tickets? Gone. Poof. Vanished. Like common sense when AngelReese decided she deserved a spot on a most influential list before even dribbling in the WNBA. Chicago Sky tickets? Well, let's just say they're still available. Plenty of them. You could walk up on game day and have your pick. Courtside? Open. Mid-level? Take your pick. Nosebleeds? Don't worry, there are no nosebleeds because nobody's showing up high enough for them to exist. Yet somehow, AngelReese believes she's on the same level as CaitlinClark when it comes to impact. Delusion is a strong word, but what else do you call it when someone thinks they're the main character, while sitting on an empty stage? Right now, she's the basketball equivalent of a band selling tour merch before they've even released a single song. And the funniest part? There was actual demand to see AngelReese play, just not for the reason she thinks. Fans wanted to watch her go up against Clark, the one who actually fills arenas, moves merch, and oh yeah, gets people to care about women's basketball. But when left to her own devices, crickets. Turns out, fans aren't flocking to the arena just to see someone scowl and complain.
These tickets. This is like right after the tickets went on sale. So no good seats. $1,142 for a not very good seat. I'm guessing 10 grand minimum courtside to go see
WNBA, CaitlinClark coming back to the city that she owns, coming back to Chicago after Chicago gave her such a warm welcome last year. They threw Barbie night for CaitlinClark's arrival. They gave her pink towels. The fans were lined up on the side. She was signing autographs. How is Chicago going to welcome CaitlinClark this next year around? How are they going to top Barbie night in a 9,000 seat arena? Well, easy. We move Barbie night to a 21,000 seat arena. Venue and date change. Our regular season games against the Chicago Sky are moving to the